Hey guys, Cynthia from 7 Bloodfire here. Today I wanted to do like a little short vlog on kind of a few of the things that I've recently got. So this is like my little haul from Walmart, and I've also got a junk journal that I have here on the side that I've slowly started to kind of use again. I'm going to keep using it until there's almost no pages left in it. I've also got some stickers which are going to be getting used in it. So I got some of my stickers out again. And then what else? Oh yeah, I'll be talking a little bit about the planner that I'm making. I did just get done with reading the Never List by Kothizan. And I did a little like short book review on it on TikTok. Y'all can head over there if you're curious and want to see the reader side or whatever. Oh man, it's been so long since I've actually reviewed a book or even looked at it from an editorial perspective. I didn't even really go into the editorial perspective much, just more of like kind of the overall vibe and feel of the book. So nothing planned or written out or answering specific questions, because I usually have lists and stuff that I go through to make things like really, really thorough and strategic. But that was literally for a read for my entertainment and not for like professional purposes or helping or teaching anyone. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this in a second. But the sticky notes that I've got, I've been using them up on my glass boards that I have behind me. I have one for weekly stuff, like next week, this week, and then as it comes closer to the today, I've got this one for today and tomorrow. So like this is for today and that's for tomorrow. And my yellow is for my admin versus the actual 3 colors that I picked, which always starts with purple, then goes to blue, then goes to pink. Those are the 3 goal colors. Or project, whatever. I can have multiple projects in them, but the gold colors are as stands. So I keep that up on my wall, and I recently made that one. I think I just posted that vlog last week. I think it was last week. I am terrible with time. But anyway, so I've been using a lot of sticky notes, which I always do. A lot of times I'll use like a little, one of those little gum containers. They're plastic. For my job, I'd have to have other stuff in one of them, but I don't usually chew all the gum anymore, but a lot of times I'll still buy them and share the gum, and then I'll have the plastic container left, and these sticky notes fit perfectly in there. As a matter of fact, I may have one in my, yeah, there we go. Not just the sticky notes, but also these little page flags. They fit in here perfectly, and you can put quite a few in there, and this thing's been used like crazy. I had a whole pack of owl stickers. I've used most of those finally, but those were adorable. I think I was using those really heavily because I had like 100 of them. I used them really heavily on here for one of my other journals that was kind of for my publishing and writing and drafting and all that. Basically things I learn as I go, or things to try to do better next time. What can I change? Books I've published, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, I've got several sections for future stuff. And I got to play around and decorate this really heavily. But where I used those stickers really heavily, the owl ones, was I was using those as bookmarks or like little page tabs on the top, because I had run out of the little round ones that I trimmed up to be these, my sticker packs that I use for those. I'd used all those up, so I used the owls up top. And as you can tell, this one is used pretty roughly, but this is where I had put a lot of the other ones that were left over from like 2 or 3 of the pages. I didn't want to lose them, so I just put them here. And I kind of think it's a little bit overwhelming, but also kind of cute. I love owls. It's one of my sets of favorite creatures. Not the only favorite creature, but one of them. I know some people are like usually just stuck on, especially stuck on like 1 or 2 like overall, but I've got a series of them I can't really choose between. Anyway, so yeah, I'd use the sticky notes in here. Actually, I can show you. I'll pull all these off. You can fit, if these are full and have never been used, then you can put, I believe 2, or is it 3? Yeah, no, it's 3. You can put 3 of them across that way. They'll fit tight, like they won't move around very easily, but you can fit quite a few. So like whenever I had to work and I've got like a job that requires you to have everything see-through, like security or whatever, these are perfect for that. And I usually carry 2 or 3 of these full of sticky notes, and then these and all that, because it is extremely handy to have these available. It keeps me, like at work, it would keep me from writing in logbooks or on official paperwork. If I needed to make a note, I could put it on the back of my ID or whatever, so that it, like, because I have a terrible memory. And also, like, one of the ways I was doing my planning for a while, I'm just opening this up for an example, is I would have several different areas across my pages in my journal or my notebook. I had like a arc ring planner that had plastic rings for the binding, and I would actually have like some longer ones of these that had little marks across them that I would use for like a quarterly top 10 or a 13-week top 10. So like out of all of my journals and or my goals and stuff, I would have several of those stacked together, like little, probably about 5 or 6 sheets stacked together, and I'd have like a different highlight on the top of it, and I'd put the little sticky note in there. And then like on the cover, I would actually, straight from these, I would just peel off portions of these and stick them to the inside cover, so that I would always have extra that way too, because I go through sticky notes so much. All of this is from my haul that when we went to Walmart to grab a couple of things for our grocery list. We were keeping it pretty cheap, so I didn't grab anything more, even though I'm addicted to notebooks and art and craft supplies and all that. I managed to only get these, and this one I only got because I really need to try to do a daily plan, or at least not a plan, it's just a daily recap or whatever, to try to, I don't know, not for the therapy of it so much, although it is a little bit of that, but I'm trying really hard to get myself into a habit of the daily planner, and to think of how I want to do my own daily planning for the planner that I'm building. I've got a couple of ones that I'm working on. One is just a daily media drop, and right now I'm a little bit frustrated with it, because as with all programs that I have ever laid my hands on, I know how to overload the program. And I do it every single time to where I reach the program's limit, and it will not hold another piece of data, another picture, or another line of text. It will crash. I do it with everything that I try to build, and it's very, very frustrating. So I've been using Canva to make the daily media planner, and I'm going to have to simplify it. I think the first thing I'll do is I'm going to take all the layers for the notebook itself. I'm going to have to draw the rings and redo that, but I'm going to try to do all of the pages. I'm going to flatten them on a separate page for like a screenshot, and then I'm going to put them under there and see if that does the trick. I'm hoping that it does, because then it's not multiple layers for all the pages and stuff. So that should lower the file size. It's like, I want to say 72 pages or 82 pages or whatever. I know you can hold way more than that, because I was at like 200 or 300 pages on another file, and that one wasn't quite at the crashing stage yet. But this one had a whole bunch of links, and it was a little linked tab so that you go back and forth between it. So like I said, I'm a little bit frustrated, but I'm going to keep working on it. I'll probably just If that don't work, I'm going to have to simplify it more. I'm hoping not to have to redesign all those tabs because that was a lot. 5 sections. Each of them have 13 week areas because I'm trying to get it to where you can just drop media on there. Anyway, so for the daily planner stuff, I need to do this to incorporate it in, and then I'm going to try to figure out a better way to do a lot of my other stuff, because some of the planners that I've tried from online people are not quite working. What really worked was the old system that I had that had it was quarterly, but you focused on a top 10 instead of just 3 goals. You'd have like 2 or 3 just kind of easy goals that would automatically occur anyway, like pay the bills, or you know, stuff like that. They would automatically happen regardless. And then I had like weight loss goals and stuff on the side and things that I needed to do and some checklists and stuff. But I'm trying to get it to where I can build it into a simple version so that other people can use it easily. That way I can kind of share that and have something to vlog about as I work through my stuff. Anyway, so I'm flipping this planner open. This is the Plan, Pause, Reflect planner. I don't know who it's by. Gartner Studio. I don't know. I got it at Walmart, and I wasn't going to really get a bunch of notebooks or whatever. I really wanted to get another Happy Planner, but they had Disney, and I don't like the Disney stuff very much. Whenever it's just like pattern, like the Ursula one, the Little Mermaid one they had, or the villains. It was the Disney villains one. I liked that one. That was really nicely designed. There was a couple pages I didn't really like, but I'm kind of picky with my designs that I like. I don't like them looking like a patterned floral paper from like the 60s or I don't know, earlier, later. Just like the really busy patterns. I don't like those so much. Especially like when all the little pieces are different. It reminds me of like the little blankets that little kids have, and the I don't know. I just don't like the pattern. Something simple is nice to the eyes and calming. The other stuff, not very calming. If it makes my eyes dizzy, I don't want it around me. Anyway, so the interior of this on both sides is really cute. It's like a glossy, like waxy kind of really smooth. And the first page in it, it's matte, but it matches that. And I love that because I like things that match. Anyway, that's why I, you know, bought like every time I get the little notebooks, I buy the whole set because I'll have matching sets. Anyway, so this one is a daily and it's every day of the week. And then you have a weekly that kind of sets you up for the quarter. So they've got emotions for the day, and this feels like it's like not setting your intentions on how you want to feel it throughout the day. This one actually feels like it's supposed to be at the end of the day when you fill it out. So grateful, calm, relaxed, tired, happy. It just basically goes through all of those, and then it leaves you space for 3 of them. And then these would be like for the start of your day, but then also for the end of the day. So end of the day, start of the day. But it's got a little spot for a date. And, like, it's kind of hard to think of prompt, like, I mean, they give you the prompt, I will, I am, I will, I can, right there. But to think of, like, what will you focus your answers around, that's a little iffy. So, like, the only thing I could think of was kind of related to my goals or whatever, and things that I want to do. So I don't really see how this helps other than just reaffirming what you've already committed to, which feels like you are saying the same thing over and over and over again. So, I mean, it's good that you can put, hey, this is how I want to feel about myself and I can handle it. So, like, promising myself that I'm going to be okay. So, like, I'm trying to figure out how to use this in a good journaling way that doesn't take up a lot of words or require me to rewrite a lot of stuff that's going to be in my journals or in my my goals notebook. So, I'm a little bit, I don't know. I want to figure out how to incorporate a good design into the one I'm building. And we had a pretty good day yesterday. So like I've only filled out one of these so far, and what I would have done differently, what did I learn about myself, all that. Like, not every day will you figure out things to do anyway. So I would say putting a sticker or something in there just to decorate it would be nice. So I'm just literally going to do that right now so that I feel better about this page not really having much on it. So 1, and probably I didn't really need to do this on camera, but I'm going to do that because that's going to bother me constantly until it's done. And I probably could have put one of my thin strips of washi here, but I don't want to waste my washi because it's a limited supply in my house. I'm the only one that uses it at my house, but I don't want to waste it on things that I am not yet passionate about, and I'm not yet passionate about this planner. Anyway, so the journal here, anyway, it says, I am, I will, I can, so that's nice. I guess that's a good centering exercise. The word to lead the day, you can actually put at the end of the day to kind of represent the whole day. So you can be like, hey, this is how I remember today. And then thoughts for today. So it's like, what made me happy? What challenged me? How did I help someone? And then what I've done differently. What did I learn about myself? I feel like those would be better as a weekly exercise. So like literally you can just scratch those out and just continue to your journaling from whatever else. But oh, I forgot to mention whether the bleeding or not. It doesn't bleed or ghost too heavily, and this is a nice little, I don't know if it's just gel. It's water soluble, I do know that. So, like, this page gets wet, all that's going to bleed. I don't know if these pages are, I haven't tested them. But they're thin. They feel pretty thin. You get a little bit of, like, the texture going through from when you're pushing your pen in, but it doesn't really ghost unless you're really heavily doing the ink. Like, I'll do that here. Even then, it only does it a little bit. So, it's not terrible paper. It's really smooth. Back to the mess that is this vlog. The week section. So, favorite moments of the week. That's a good thing for a weekly recap. Biggest learnings of the week. That's just weirdly put, but okay. One goal to focus on next week. But yet they give you 3 boxes, so this could be used for like the 3 goals, or you could literally just be like, okay, well, these are the next tasks within it, and then I can make sure I get those done. Mementos from this week, so I guess, I don't know, scrapbook, or sketching, and then big ideas for the month. I don't really see why that would be useful at the end of the week unless you're just doing bullet points that you want to remember for the month, so that whenever you go through and I guess transcribe it to another journal. So I don't know, I don't feel like this was laid out the best. It's adorable, I love it, but I don't know how much it's going to help me, so I will probably figure out another way to use this as time goes. I guess we'll see. So back to my mention of this journal here. This is a junk journal that I made like 3 years ago, sometime in 2020, I want to say. And like I literally made this from scratch, every part of it. So like it's all put together. This is from scrapbook paper, and the glue ended up wrinkling. I was so upset, but it did it on both sides. And it's a special type of glue. It's a PVA book binding glue, and that means it's not acidic, so it won't disintegrate. Let's see, it's non-toxic, it doesn't have the fumes, and it does not yellow and crackle with age like Elmer's glue would. It has kind of a Elmer's glue qualities, like it dries quickly. You can put some on your hand, smear it, and then like within the time that I've talked, go ahead and start rubbing the glue away from the skin on your hand. I was trying to word that very carefully so that it could not be taken pervertedly. So, anyway. This, you'll probably wonder what it is, but it's just some Elven script. I thought it was beautiful, and I was going to use it for some artwork, and I never did get back to it. So I guess it's just stuck here for all of time. I've got some alphabets that I had written previously. I used to do that when I was younger to keep my family from reading my journals. And I had a brother who could break every single one of my codes. I even came up with one that looked like Braille. It was ridiculously like just dots. It was complex, and yet he could read it like it was nothing. I was always upset. I finally had come up with one that he couldn't read very well. And he once he was able to figure it out, he broke the code on that one too. But it's just like every time I tried, he was always able to just take like 10 seconds or less and figure it out. But there was another one I came up with later on when I was transcribing a book, because I love how specific, not hieroglyphs, I like how the symbols look, and I was trying to come up with something that I could actually be able to read, but it would be part of some of my artworks and my sketches and stuff, because I had like this whole world built for my Leviathan series, and I wanted to do a bunch of artworks for it, and I needed to have like some sort of a symbol system that was like really, really, I don't know, like bits and pieces where it could be written out regular like ours, but then also stacked together, kind of like Korean and I don't know what that is called, that type of writing, but it would have been stacked kind of like theirs, and it was really cool to look at, and I was able to read it, and I wrote pages of it, and I haven't done any of those in a really long time, but I love those, and I don't know where my thing went for it, but eventually I'll probably be able to get back to that. And also for things like passwords and stuff like that, when I wasn't able to have any electronics or anything, and I needed to be able to keep track of my passwords for my work stuff, one of the last jobs that I had, you could not have digital devices, so I couldn't store it on my phone. So what I did was I literally wrote it on sticky notes in my notebook, but I had it in that coded writing so that other people could not just pick it up and understand, like even the numbers were coded. So that way I could actually literally be able to read it, and I can't remember all my passwords, so I'd always be able to, I'd even be able to leave it open on a desk and people couldn't read it, so I'd just be like, okay, that's what the password is. Okay, next page. But yeah, so that was lovely. Anyway, so being that I'm about to start a job again, I am trying to figure out what to do with this junk journal, and I've started taping up some of the pages that I no longer need. They don't have pockets in them because it goes all the way down. I can easily tear them open and get to them, but I don't want them in the way, and I don't want to see them when I'm flipping through and working through stuff. I want to be able to have my pages that are blank still available, and this was paper that I had printed off, and the ink is water soluble, so that's a little bit frustrating because moisture got on the side of it. But anyway, so I've been clearing this one up, and it's really cute in how much that I don't mind writing in this and messing it up and ripping pages out, because like I literally designed it to be a junk journal for all the random stuff, and I love that. And I'm actually in the middle of making another one that's going to be 1,000 pages and bigger. So this is the one I've started on, and the inside of it's gross looking, but all that, this is going to be the internal paper, whereas this one had this really cute kind of newspapery faded antique book clippings, whatever. That was a scrapbook paper. This one is a wrapping paper, and it's going to be glossy on the inside, but it's going to have like all these little bookshelves and stuff, so it'll still be within the blue and green aesthetic. And I'm going to try to find my file that had all these different pages that I had created. They're kind of like dashes vertically, but then lines horizontally, and then every other row has the shading. And I've got some that have the pink along the side, and then I've got some that are pink. And then there's a section with the blue, a section with the green, section with the purple, and then that's the pink without. But I really like how these looked, and it with the pink separators in there, I was always able to like just flip back and forth to different areas. So basically how this one was done and separated out, what I'm trying to do is I've got basically projects or like major things here that end up being elsewhere in the book, or like things that I need to go into later and go through. So project names, I got bookkeeping setup, business project, business meetings. These are different things that I needed to look into. I don't really need this part anymore, but I don't want to rip it out yet. And then I would also have them on the back. Usually the back was reserved because it was the same for this. And then business project, this was all the different things I was looking into or had started or put off till later. A lot of this junk journal is stuff that I can literally go in years later and still be like, oh, well, I need to go ahead and mark that off because I had filled out several of them previously and now I can go back. So like that was 2020 and that was the 2021, and then some of the other stuff was much later. Biz meets, that means business meetings. I just thought it was funnier to say biz meets. So, not even funny, just cute, short, simple. And I didn't have to write extra letters because I'm lazy. But these are a lot of the things that I was looking into. And then bookkeeping setup, I had to figure out all of that, teach myself. Appointments and important stuff, I'll probably be incorporating a new page. Self-learning, colleges is stuff I wanted to teach myself first. Books to write, here we go. This one here, I feel bad because I still haven't gotten to this, and I don't even remember what Stormfang was, unless it was just a rewrite of one of the books that I have up for free on Wattpad. I was going to do a series of it. Obsidia, Father Falls, all of that was a series that I had written part of. Old World, this is related to this and to this. So all three of these would be related series. World Keepers, that is coming up too. That's a separate one. Another one, I think. Yeah, Obsidia and Crimson Arrow, I think, were related. Or were gonna be. No, those were separate, but they were gonna probably be related in some way. And then Broken Us, I don't even remember what that was supposed to be. Business scheduling, right, 2 books, coffee days. Yeah, this was some stuff that I was planning on doing. My promise to myself, well, broke that promise. More pages that I wanted to put away, as in I don't want to see them. I need to get to them quickly instead of trying to find them. So these will be the next pages that I work with on my lists making. And then it skips this section, goes into the next one to my action section. Nope, this is not my action section. This is the one before that. These are for notes and a little bit of extra of that if I want them. This is the action section. This little insert here was for the accounting cycle. So whenever I was learning about that and teaching myself what I needed for bookkeeping, I did that. And then it gets into, like, I taped off all of these because I don't want to see them. They're done. It got into some cute pages that I am going to kind of try to mimic when I go back into my journal setup. I loved this setup, like the aesthetic of it. So I had a bunch of these left over from having pulled the stickers out. They were like little check marks, and I had them on sticky notes, marking pages as done. And then I have a thing where I usually will outline, or I'll make a box and I shade it, but it looked extra cute with a highlighter having highlighted it. And then I had made these little book stickers, so I drew a frame around it in purple and then did that little shading thing. And then I had a whole bunch of these stickers, but I ran out of them because I was using them all the time. It's usually how I do my action section. I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have a sticker of some kind here, and then I'll have next. And then usually how I do these, if they're related, I'll have like a little line connecting them. And then if they are extremely important, then I'll have like a bigger square. But most of the time I'll just draw in a little rectangle and then I'll mark it as done. I'll put like a dot in it whenever it's to be done, like something important or whatever. But I was thinking about these stickers that I had made. I usually had kept my financial stuff on the left hand side, and I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do the new one. So like all that was old, and this was a start for the new quarter, I guess, fourth quarter of this year. I'm kind of just experimenting with this because I don't know how I'm going to do this. I thought about doing kind of like a milestone or like things financially that I'm looking at completing. So there's room for our paychecks. There's the 3 bills, and then same 3 months, the paychecks, dates, and all that. And then I've got like room for extra little notes and stuff. So I don't know. I'm struggling with it. Usually I'll have a sticker here, but I couldn't find my other stickers that matched this spread over here. I had made a bunch of those and used them up already, I guess. I didn't have October, but I had November, December. I'm like, well, I can't do that all at once, but whatever. So, I don't know. I've got a lot left to try to figure out on that. So, my sticker pack that's going to assist me is going to basically kind of be used in here because, yeah. That's what my junk journal's for. Vlog 3, vlog 4, those were what I was going to do for my next vlogs for the channel. And yeah, I've got some business stuff, NAICS, EIN, that's book stuff and company stuff. These are all blank pages. For a while I was marking that as like starter pages on sections I was going through. And then financial research, taped off because I don't really need that anymore. Some inspiration stuff for income streams. Tax info for like research purposes. I used green as like a financial section for like research. And then let's see, sticker designs I was thinking. Publishing deadline estimates. I was going to use purple for like my design related stuff. And then switched over to publishing, and like the purple is actually the prettiest section in here because it's actually the neatest, nicest, and least messed up. Also, it hasn't been used a lot. So, I had a bunch of random stuff here. I was doing, I really liked the grid section of this, assisting with making little calendars and stuff. So I did that for a while in one of my other happy planners, arc ring planners, whatever. Let's see, personal main list. I actually didn't have anything in here, I don't think. But usually whenever I am planning out the future financially, I will literally make estimates on a crap ton of sticky notes. And I'll put all of those everywhere in my notebook for like consecutive months all the way up to like 5 years or whatever. And then as my working hours change, I try to get more and more accurate with it. But this is what I had done back in 2022 on estimates when we were trying to pay off our house. So that, I mean, it kept me motivated, being that I was extremely overworked because I volunteered to be part of it. But the insane hours, a lot of that ended up ending, I think, around July because of mental health reasons. I had to leave. So I ended up not getting the savings that we were after, and we ended up not making all the other that we were hoping to. But you work so much, you end up calling in for just your body can't handle it, or your mind can't. But yeah, so I have got a lot of work ahead of me as far as trying to figure out a system that's going to work for me again. I've got to redo everything Yeah, I think this was like my 3-year plan at that time. I had a list. It was all written out. I'm probably going to actually redo this in the new journal when I'm done with it. And I mean, I swear this is going to be a giant junk journal when it's done. So I'm going to have a lot of pages to play with, which means I get to actually finish using this one up. But I'm going to use my stickers here. These are some of the ones I had made, and they look crappy because my Cricut that I had bought is crap. Like, it won't calibrate correctly, so it'll cut along the thing where I tell it to, but it just slowly starts shrinking, as in like it where it should outline, cut the outline of these all the way down, it starts going a little bit too high on each one until like it just starts cutting in the wrong place. So it would be cutting halfway through May, halfway through November, and then that would be like the rectangle here. I'm like, it started off nice, but so I ended up having to cut these with a stupid box knife. I'm a little frustrated. So like I can still use that Cricut for really basic stuff, like if I had a colored sheet and I just wanted rectangles that were just solid colors or something, or like dots, I could do a dotted sheet. Just have like ombre or stripes or whatever going down it, and then have it cut a bunch of circles. I could use those that way, or little triangles or whatever. I can use those, but a little bit frustrated because I wanted to be able to cut a bunch of stickers, and even with my little notebook stickers that I had made, I had to cut those with a box knife so that they were pre-cut, which meant that I ended up having to do it manually, which was not what was planned. But I do love the little notebook stickers, so I've got to find those. And as for the sticker packs and stuff, these are some of the ones that I'm going to be using, and I have had a lot of these for quite a while now. I'd say probably about 4 or 5 years, because I only use so many at a time. A lot of times I'll get them, but then I'm afraid to use them all up in case I become overly attached to some of them and then they stop doing them. But I had transferred all of the different types of sheets because these come with different designs. Transferred all the similar ones into the same little sticker packaging, and then all the other ones into the other packages. So yeah, I had bought a crap ton of these when they were at Walmart, whenever they had gone on sale because they were getting rid of them. I literally bought this many of them, like stack them up like this. I bought this many of them. They were like 25 cents each for the whole pack, and I was like, yes please. So I bought most of their stock whenever they were getting rid of it because other people didn't buy it, and I was like, well, if they're that cheap, I will find a use. And I've used them all over the place for everything. And when I get really pretty stickers like this, I don't want to use them because I don't want to not be able to have them anymore. And that's stupid, but that is what I do. So these are extremely useful in that little junk journal for like page markers or whatever. So I've got that one. I've got a bunch of random ones that have come apart. I used to have them on a all together on the thing that it came with, and then I had glued the back of that to a little cardstock that had the little hole punch in it so that it would fit a happy planner, but a lot of those ended up coming off anyways, so I was frustrated as usual. So I have a lot of really cute ones, so I am like torn about even buying more of them. So I haven't bought a whole bunch of stickers for a while. I did buy a bunch of washi tape. And I will tell you, out of all the stickers that I have, the coffee cups are my absolute favorite. And I'm mad that I don't have like a whole roll of just washi tape just with coffee cups on them, or like just booklets of these with nothing but little coffee cups. That would be amazing because I would use the crap out of them. These, I still have a few of these left, but not a whole bunch. And these are the ones that I usually used on that junk journal to mark the beginning of the action section. I actually don't use these a lot. I probably should. And I had a whole bunch of scrap paper from having cut those, so I'll probably be using some of those because I've got some notes on a couple of those for like appointments that are coming up. I need to leave that one out. This is where I got my unicorn stickers from, but I'm keeping this part because whenever I cut that out, I can actually put that in and then use a marker to shade in, and then it has like this really cool effect that you probably saw in there. There we go. This is what I was talking about. I had taped them to the back of here with the little dot sticky roller thingies that look like a whiteout tape runner. But that comes loose after a while, and yeah. Also, this tore. I didn't use thick enough cardstock either, so all that came apart. It needs to go that way. But yeah, I had a crap ton of these, and I used all those. I do the same for this. I keep the sheet that's around it, because those are cute little frames, and then whenever I want to write, I can put it on, like literally I can trim it so that it's just the section that I need, and then put that little frame on the page, and then it will white out the actual grid lines and then leave me a space to write, and that looks really cute. I will probably be going back to my colored cardstock and sticky note system for my weekly and my goals and all that other stuff. Just trying desperately to get everything to working again, but I'm glad I found that one. I'm gonna need that. So my favorite sticker thing that I still haven't really been able to bring myself to use, because as you can see there are $21 for that many stickers, and as you know, they don't make the most of every page, because if they did, they would use this white space up and put little stickers there and make sure that you could use every part of it. This is one of the cuter ones. My husband picked this one out for me, and I absolutely love it because it's got like all kinds of Halloween-y kind of stuff. And I really like the size of these. These are great. I'll be able to use those in my planner. See, which one is this? This is the Stargazer. Happy Planner Stargazer pack. But these are absolutely adorable. I got these from Hobby Lobby here in town. But yeah, I have a lot of work ahead of me as far as figuring my system out again, so that's going to be lovely. Anyway, I am going to call this vlog complete, so you guys have an excellent day, and maybe my next vlog will be a little bit more than a haul and some random stuff. So hopefully I'll be a little bit further along in either the digital planner that I'm working on or on my actual paper planning system. So wish me luck on at least getting my crap together. hopefully it will be much better. And like, I would like to get to a point where I can have something inspiring, you know. I don't even know if anything on here was intriguing. I doubt it was, but I wanted to vlog anyway because I had already promised to do it. That is part of my commitment, so I'm going to have to work on my positive outlook here, because I know that today was not my brightest, shiniest moment, so but I guess I'm going to stack this up here. I'm going to throw all of these over here to the side. And I'm going to say happy planning, y'all. Bye.